You have to choose one person from all of human history to assit their pants at a time so as to change the course of history as much as possible. Who would you choose, when, and why? True fact, Australian PM Robert Menzies almost assit his pants during talks with NASA on the Suez Canal in 1956. He had to stop the talks, which led to a considerable loss of British influence in the region. Perfect example. The guy who invented pants. Gavrilo Princip, right before he shoots Franz Ferdinand. But who knows, maybe Franz Motorcade makes another wrong turn and gives Gavrilo a third chance at shooting him. Marilyn Monroe during her blow event photo. Abraham Lincoln assits his pants 10 seconds before being assassinated, causing him to turn around to go change and thwarting John Wilkes Booth. Neil Armstrong for the history of lols. Hitler assitting himself during his Reichstag speech. I mean, for all we know he did anyway. Genghis Khan in one of the many life-threatening things he had to go through on the steppes of Mongolia before unifying the various Mongol hordes, conquering damn near all of Asia and Eastern Europe, fathering enough children to leave a distinct genetic marker in damn near all of East Asia, and generally anything to do with being possibly the most deadly motherfucker in all of human history. The guy who made the decision to get rid of potatoes at Taco Bell during the meeting. Caesar assits himself just after leaving his house on the Ides of March. Edit. I've been using this account for 4 years and this is now my most upvoted comment. Excellent. Hitler, so they would call him Shitler. Ellen exactly 2 seconds after breaking the Cybertruck window. Edit. Holy FCK, I didn't think I was gonna get 2.4k upvotes on a comment, thanks a lot guys. Lee Harvey Oswald. Would make him miss the window of opportunity to assassinate JFK. Maybe he would have tried again, but he wouldn't have died that day. Edward Teach on 18th May 1718. That day he decided to clean the bottom of his ship the Queen Anne's Revenge. It was beached, and he had to use another sloop until his death in November. If his ship hadn't been beached, he could have easily destroyed the British frigate and not died. Vasily Arkhipov on October 27, 1962, or in the days leading up to it. If he had assit his pants, he may not have had the confidence to stand up to his superiors and refuse to launch his nuclear missile at the US Randolph, which would have triggered a massive all-out nuclear war in Europe. The fallout would then kill the rest of the planet that wasn't initially hit. I choose you Biloclea about 4.25 hours ago. Christopher Columbus when he goes before Isabel of Castile and Fernando of Aragon to ask for financial support for his exploratory voyage of 1492. I know someone else would made the trip eventually and discover the Americas, but it'd be interesting to see if history would unfolded the same. Maybe Hitler before a large speech to early Nazis? Hopefully it would deter people from taking him seriously. So this is a little trolley and not for the good of humankind, but I really hated calculus and there was this monk in the 13th century who nearly destroyed Archimedes' palimpsest by writing all over it cause he couldn't find fresh paper. If he had assit his pants in that moment, he might have destroyed it by wiping his BTT with it, and then we wouldn't have calculus. Edit. Or the opposite could happen, and he could leave the room to clean his ass, come back with fresh paper, and the Archimedes' palimpsest would still exist. This isn't a foolproof scenario. Edit 2. Thanks for awards and upvotes y'all. I definitely got this story mixed up. Palimpsest is a type of document. The type of document that the monk was creating using Archimedes' notes on early calculus. He destroyed the notes, so I basically had this story completely flipped. As I pointed out to another user, it's still assit pants this dude cause in all reality, he probably set us back quite a bit, and we'd be a more advanced species if he didn't FCK up Archimedes' notes. Edit 3. Yes, Newton and Leibniz invented calculus. I was initially confused and misunderstood, thinking that Newton and Leibniz were actually influenced by Archimedes' notes, and that they were preserved. This has since been pointed out to me as incorrect, and that is accurate. We only recently understood Archimedes' role in the history of calculus and the records weren't preserved. Folks, here's a lesson. Even when you think you're being witty with history, you need to double check your facts. I just learned that the hard way. Edit 4. I don't know who is right anymore. Turns out the palimpsest is a specific document that was recently discovered and was almost destroyed, but ultimately preserved, not a type of document as others are trying to point out. Based on everyone's comments and my original understanding of the document, I have to think that this is just a game of telephone with history. Helen of Troy, when she met Paris. Einstein's dad, right before he climaxes conceiving Albert. Imagine how long it would have taken someone else to figure out his equations. Trebonius essets his pants, right before he's supposed to stop Mark Antony, giving Antony time to come to the aid of Julius Caesar. I'm incredibly curious what course history would have taken if Caesar had avoided his assassination. If MLK got the runs, right before he went out to that balcony, we'd hopefully see a 92-year-old hero witness his dream or something close to it. Guys, please stop choosing me. I'm so sick of doing laundry. Hitler essets his pants during a court appearance as a youth, thus too embarrassed to proceed with further plans. Lee Harvey Oswald. I just wanna see what happens if JFK didn't get greased. My dad's. August 7th 2003. Shit those pants in the car on the way to work. Go home and have your heart attack near someone who can help. I don't care what gets changed besides that. I'd make Julius Caesar esset his pants right before he enters the Senate meeting so that he doesn't go that day. My sister. She would have gone to the bathroom, left work, and she wouldn't have been killed when a car crashed through the building. Mitochondria Eve is about to do the deed when, all of a sudden, her man essets his pants. Disgusted and turned off, she storms out of the hut. An entirely different set of humans now makes up history. All of us alive today become what ifs.